What's poppin', everyone, and welcome back to Kammi's Coven. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Kammi's Code. This is a series where I basically give recommendations, go through what I'm watching, any kind of anime or otaku related content. Today we're going to be looking at what I'm going to be watching for the spring 2020 season. There are a lot of good titles that are going to be out, and I'm really excited for a few of them. There's also some that I've gone through and I've looked at and they've looked interesting to me. So without further ado, here are the series I'm going to be watching. Really quickly before I start, you will notice that ReZero is no longer on here for the spring 2020 season. It was originally supposed to come out this season, but it got delayed. And before I show you guys what I'm watching, I just want to state that Snafu Season 3 I'm not caught up on, so I won't be watching that. Sword Art I'm not caught up on. Food Wars I'm not caught up on. And those are the big three that I won't be watching. So, kicking off my list, we have Kaguya-sama Season 2. Now, I really like Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 1. I know a lot of problems people had with it was that it got repetitive each episode, but I still enjoyed it. I found the psychological aspect of them going back and forth trying to figure out how to get each other to confess was really cool. Definitely looking forward to this one. And Chika's always really cute, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of her. Next up is Tower of God. As you already know, Tower of God, I'm doing a reaction series on my channel, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The first episode was great. Looking forward to more of that. Fruits Basket Season 2. I've never watched the original Fruits Baskets back when it aired in 2001, and I really enjoyed the 2019 remake. It was a nice series. It's nice to see a reverse harem. I haven't watched too many of those, so I'll definitely be looking forward to Season 2. Next up is Brand New Animal. This is Trigger's new show. An original anime by Studio Trigger, BNA is set in the 21st century in which the existence of humanoid animals has been revealed to the world after living in the darkness for centuries. One day, a high school student named Michiru suddenly turns into a tanuki person. After going to live in Anima City, where she meets the wolf Ogami Shiro, she goes to investigate why she became an animal and gets mixed up in even stranger events in the process. Now, I have seen the first episode of BNA, and I did like it. I've also been recently liking a lot of the furry-ish anime with Beastars and Seidon Academy, so I'm definitely looking forward to this one too. I think so far that this has probably been my second favorite show this season, right after Tower of God, but not everything has aired yet so far, so it's kind of too early to tell. Next up is Gleipnir. What does one consider to be a monster? A horrible blood-sucking vampire? Frankenstein's creation? Shinichi Kaguya has a secret. Other than having great grades and being skilled at sports, he isn't what one would call normal. In fact, Shuichi cannot even be considered human. One fateful morning, he woke up as a monster, with brute strength, an abnormally strong sense of smell, big fluffy paws, and the depression and self-hate that comes after losing one's humanity. His life was suddenly flipped upside down. Claire Aoki, the girl he had decided to save, now holds his secret over his head. Claire is a sadistic and utterly twisted girl, with no sense of empathy towards the lives of others. Before meeting Shuichi, she was in search of monsters, hoping to find her monster sister. Despite becoming a monster, Shuichi naively continues to hold onto his human morals. But how long can one last in this unsufferable way of living? This one looks interesting to me because it's a supernatural mystery series, but it also has the ecchi tag. So I'm assuming that there's going to be a bunch of fan service in the series, which should be interesting because it sounds like the main character from this is going to be a monster. Anyways, I don't really know too much about this one, but I'm definitely looking forward to watching it. Next up is Kakushigoto. We will open the curtain back in time to the story of one lone manga creator. The story is about Goto Kakushi, an artist who draws a somewhat vulgar manga and tries to hide it for the sake of his daughter Hime, a father-daughter tale of love and laughter. When I first saw this title, it reminded me of the opposite plot to Ao-Chen Can't Study, which aired a few seasons ago, where it's the one about Ao who has a perverted father mangaka. I don't know, like I ironically enjoyed that one, I guess. Like it wasn't great, but I still completed it. So I wanted to give this one a try because it's pretty much the exact opposite in plot. And I felt that one was super comedic with perverted humor, I guess. Then this would be the opposite of like wholesome humor. It's probably not going to be super high on my priority list, but I probably will give it at least 3 episodes. Sing Yesterday for me is an anime that I am probably over excited for than how it's actually going to be. It's a slice of life romance drama, which is like one of my favorite combinations of series. And I thought originally it was going to be like about music, because of the whole singing yesterday for me. But it doesn't appear to be like that in the synopsis. After college, Riko Uzumi, a boy without much ambition in life, takes a job at a convenience store. The days pass by uneventfully for Riko until he meets his former girlfriend and classmate, but especially thanks to the unusual Haru Nonaka and her pet raven. This, to me, screams love triangle, and love triangles are always best when the X is involved too. I'm really excited for this one for God knows what reason. I just think like it's going to be a series that I will like personally more than how good it actually is. So I'll probably complete this one too. Next up is My Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom. And this is your isekai of the season, I guess to say. It follows 8-year-old Katarina Kloss, the only daughter of a duke, living her life peacefully and without incident until she hits her head on a rock, and then she remembers that she is not actually the duke's daughter. She used to be an otaku who died on her way to school after spending the previous night playing Fortune Lover, her favorite otome game. After noticing that her current surroundings seem oddly familiar, she is shocked to discover that she has been reincarnated into the world of Fortune Lover as the villainess. The villainess in the game usually winds up dead or exiled, so Katarina decides to use her knowledge of the game and its routes to avoid any bad situations. But is it even possible for the villainess to reach a good ending? I typically don't watch a lot of the isekais that air each season. And I have a habit of watching the bad ones and skipping out on the good ones. I skipped out on Shield Hero, skipped out on Slime, and I ended up watching Smartphone and Mao-sama Retry, which were both not very good. But I'm going to be watching this one, and it's probably going to follow the trend of watching bad isekai. This one's based off an otome game, so I don't know how good it's going to be either. But I do like in isekai when the person reincarnated becomes like the villain of the series, like either the demon lord or in this case the villainess of Fortune Lover. So I'm hoping that that's gonna give me some points for this one, but I don't have too much high expectations with this. Next up is Apparently Ramen. During the back end of the 19th century, the genius but socially awkward engineer Sorano Appare and his wise yet cowardly samurai Ishiki Kosame find themselves drifting in the sea between Japan and America. With no money, the duo decided to enter the Trans-America Wild Race to win the prize money so they can get home. The two encounter rivals, bandits, and challenges in the wilderness as they race through America, from the starting line in Los Angeles to the finish line in New York, in the steam-powered car they built. I'm giving this a try just because it sounds interesting. I like the whole idea of going from LA to New York as like one giant race. And I think it's going to have some really creative interactions with how America is portrayed in this anime. And it's based off an original, so I'm gonna try it. I'm not sure if I'll finish it, but I'm gonna at least give it a try. Next up is Madhouse's title, No Guns Life 2nd season. I did watch No Guns Life 1. I thought it was okay. I didn't really feel like that much happened in the series. Like, it was an interesting premise. This is the one where it's about a guy who's like part of a group called the Extended. And the Extended are like ex-soldiers who have like machine parts for their body. In his case, I believe his name is Juzo, and he has a gun for a head. And he's all like, I'm not going to let anyone pull my trigger kind of hard-ass kind of character. The series is about him going around solving different Extended-related incidents, but there's only like one overarching plot line through all of it. It's about this guy that he meets who has like a special power to like dive into other people's bodies and control them, as long as they're extended. I'm not sure if I'll finish the 2nd season, but I'm just going to start it because it's the second half of it. Studio Mappa has a new title with Listeners. This is a sci-fi music anime, which you don't see very often. The last sort of sci-fi music anime I watched was Carol and Tuesday, and I enjoyed that for the first 12 episodes, and then I found it went really quickly downhill, and then picked up again in like the last 4 episodes. So I'm going to give Listeners a try. It's also Studio Mappa, and I enjoy some of their titles. Listeners is set in a world where the concept of music ceases to exist. The story begins when a boy encounters Mew, a mysterious girl who possesses an audio input jack in her body. The two intermingle with the history of rock music and embark on the unforgettable journey. Rock and basically metalish is like my favorite type of genre, so I'm hoping this has some really good music that I enjoy. And it's a music anime where music doesn't exist, so I'm all for the like, let's recreate music kind of plot type that this is going for. Tamayomi is a baseball anime, and I am solely watching this because it's a baseball anime. I know that in my winter 2020 review I talked about how I somehow managed to watch the cute girls doing cute things type anime from every season, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. It's about 5 girls who like want to restart the baseball team. In her junior high years, the pitcher Yomi Takeda was not able to get very far in cross-school baseball tournament. Since the catcher on her team wasn't at her level, she couldn't use her signature move, the magic throw, and eventually regretted not being able to use it. After junior high, she decided to stop playing baseball and went to Shin Koshigaya High School, a school without a baseball club. There, she found her long-lost childhood friend, Tamaki Yamazaki, who used to play catchball with her when they were kids. Tamaki also played baseball during her junior high years as a catcher and could even catch Yomi's magic throw. Their promise with each other during their childhood could now be fulfilled, walking together on the road of baseball once again. The story of the girls who love baseball will begin. I like baseball as a sport, and I haven't really watched much baseball anime. I know there's been like One Outs and Major Second who are both really good, but I haven't watched either of them yet. Instead, I'm watching cute girls play baseball, the anime, and I really just wanted to watch this because it's a sports anime and I like sports. And as you can see down here, I dropped A Hero no Sora after 3 episodes. Despite many people saying that it's good, I really just didn't like it. My problem with sports anime is that I'm used to playing sports growing up, and I use a lot of the slang terms used in sports, and they use like the proper names for everything in sports anime. So I find that I just get turned off by a lot of sports anime. I saw somewhere that this was projected to only be 12 episodes, so I'm probably just going to watch this. Last up on the new airing anime is Jashin-chan Dropkick. Now, this is the 2nd season of Dropkick on My Devil, and I really loved the 1st season. It's like a slapstick comedy where Jashin, this like demon girl, gets summoned by this witch girl, and they go into the human world where to get back, Jashin thinks she has to kill her, so every episode is her trying to use her signature dropkick, trying to kill her. And she gets foiled every time. Spoilers. And she'll probably continue to get foiled in the new season. But it's just some hilarious interactions between these two. There's also 3 side characters that appear on screen a lot. In the back, her name's Medusa. Then there's this Minotaur girl. And I think her name's Pekala, this angel. I think she's a fallen angel to Earth. They have like their own side stories where like she's trying to get a job. She's always trying to get food. And then she's like semi in love with Jashin and trying to have like the best for her. It's a pretty funny series. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a slapstick comedy. You probably wouldn't need to watch the 1st season, but you might as well because it's really good. Definitely recommend. Now onto the continuing series. As you can see, I dropped A Hero no Sora a long time ago, and I dropped Plunderer last season because I had no idea how they were going to make this into 24 episodes. If you want to see my thoughts on the series, go watch my Winter 2020 review. And of course, I'm still watching Black Clover. I am watching the dub, so currently I'm only on episode 123. I believe there's like 130 probably by the time this comes out. There's also an ONA coming out, and I believe this is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex 2045. It's a new standalone complex for Ghost in the Shell, and it's just later in the future from last time. Anyways, for Ghost in the Shell, I never watched the original series, but I did watch the standalone complex, and I loved it. So I'm excited to watch another standalone complex eventually when this comes out. It takes place in the year 2045 after an economic disaster known as the Synchronized Global Default. Rapid developments in AI propelled the world to enter the state of sustainable war. However, the public is not aware of the threat that AI has towards human race. Full-body Cyberman Major Modoko Kusanagi and her second-in-command, Bato, are former members of Public Security Section 9, who are now hired mercenaries traveling hot, devastated American West Coast. This land is full of opportunity for the Major and her team. They utilize their enhanced cyber brains and combat skills from their time working in Section 9. However, things get complicated with the emergence of post-humans who have extreme intelligence and physical powers. The members of Section 9 come back together again in order to face this new threat. Now, I believe the previous Ghost in the Shell standalone complex was them in Section 9, and it's the same characters with Modoko and Bato, so I'm really excited to see them back on our screens once again. Really quickly, I also want to mention some movies that are expected to come out in spring, and it's likely these won't get adapted until later on in the year because I am in North America. Starting off, we have the Given movie. Given was like a boys love music anime that aired a few seasons ago. I really enjoyed it. It gave me vibes of Nana, and it wasn't as good as Nana, but I definitely liked it a lot. Looking forward to the sequel movie. This one is Naki Neko. It's a magic romance series. Mio Sasaki nicknamed Mugi, meaning infinitely mysterious, has a bright personality, and is full of energy at school at home. She is also in love with her classmate Kento Hinode. Mia tries repeatedly to get Kento's attention, but he takes no notice of her. She realizes that the only way to get close to him is to transform into a cat, but at some point the boundary between herself and the cat become ambiguous. So this is your typical love story where she tries to do something drastic to get close to him and then it ends up backfiring. I'm sure there's going to be a way for him to turn her back into a person, and he'll probably accept her feelings once he realizes that she was the cat. Definitely looking forward to this one. Should be pretty good. And this last movie here I don't know too much about, but it was recommended to me by a friend. It's called Love, Be Loved, Leave, Be Left. Yuna and Akari are two high school girls with very different views on love. Yuna dreams about romance through rose-colored glasses, while Akari is down to earth and practical. Meanwhile, high school boys Kazuomi and Ryo also have different views on love. Kazuomi is an airhead who can't grasp the concept of love, while Ryo grabs onto any confession as an opportunity. So as long as the girl looks cute, will these four classmates end up leading a youthful romance that meets their expectations? Probably not, if we're being honest, because it's a movie. I'm watching this because I do like romance in anime, and it's done by A1 Pictures. It's probably one of my favorite studios. I love their art style, and I love some of the series that they've done. Definitely looking forward to this one. Last are the specials. Heya Camp is getting another special, and Heya Camp was like the side series to Eurocamp that they put out before releasing their second season, which comes in 2021, I believe. This is just an extra that went with the Blu-ray release. If you want to see my thoughts on Heya Camp, check out my Winter 2020 video. Link will be in the description. And Jashin-chan Dropkick is also getting an OVA. And in the first season, they did like 12 episodes, and they did like a 13th episode OVA where they had like a bunch of crossovers. I think I had like Attack on Titan in it and like One Punch Man. And this is probably going to be the same thing. Yeah, I'm watching the main series of the anime, so I might as well just watch this too when it comes out. And that's going to be it for what I'm watching for the spring 2020 season. Not too many titles, and I'm not caught up on a lot of things that I do want to watch, but I'll try to get to them eventually. Let me know in the comments what you're watching and what shows that you're excited to look for, and if we're watching any of the same shows, which ones are they? That being said, if you enjoyed the video, like the video, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos similar to this one, and I'll see you in another video.